What up, family? CTR Media Network. Yeah. Best in the biz. Yeah. Join the team. CTR is who we are. The media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above par. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself. Your health is here, we got it. Reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network, start the show.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, the host of the Tina Ramsey Show and podcast. And our show is all about motivating you, sharing knowledge, having upbuilding conversations centered around business, wellness, education, and life. We introduce you to some of the most amazing standout entrepreneurs and influencers who are truly making a positive impact in the world. And today is just like any other day where we bring you the best in the world of entrepreneurship. And who do we have today? When you think of the words tenacious, silly, caring, these are the words that describe today's guest. She is not only a wife, but a mother. She's an entrepreneur, and she has a beautiful way that she is inspiring communities all over the world to be able to walk in purpose, to be able to embrace and be their best self. So today we're going to welcome to the stage. Yes. Let me see. Can I say her name? Okay. Cyntiria. Lord, I messed it up. Let's bring CeCe on here. Right now. I told her I was going to jack it up. Go ahead and say your name for the people.
Good afternoon, Dr. Ramsey. Thank you for having me. It is an honor to be on your show. The pronunciation of the name is Cyntiria.
Cyntiria. See, I can see it behind you. It's just in the front of you. But listen,
it works perfect.
I am glad that you understand, because today I'm gonna call you CeCe.
That works.
Okay, so I am so happy that you are here on the show today and you're sharing what you do, because I saw what you do and I think it's pretty remarkable on how you are taking empowerment and inspiration to a different level in so many different facets of what we see. And so, CeCe, as a wife, as a mother, as an entrepreneur, I mean, literally, how do you find balance to the demand of all these different roles? And what advice do you have for others seeking to find that harmony in their own lives?
I think to balance it all, it requires the communication.
Mm-hmm.
Communication is key with the partner, in particular, with the kid, with the child and things of that nature. And then delegating tasks is where I can delegate them out to. Outsourcing where I can, but most importantly, it's the communication. I think communication is key within anything, but because you have to have the right partner to understand what entrepreneurship is all about. So with the whole with the balance comes with the communication as a first and foremost, and then two, with my daughter, I didn't want to miss anything. And I'll explain a little further what Melanated Luxury was all about. But when I had her, it was important to me not to miss anything that she had going on. So I scheduled things in a way that I don't miss anything where she is concerned. And the rest, like I said, you just kind of delegate it out. But you have to be honest with yourself first to recognize what is actually happening, what is on your plate as a whole, and then just kind of maneuver where you see.
You're totally right. When I think about it, CeCe, for the simple fact that as a matter is one of the main things that I heard you say was honesty. We have to be honest with ourselves, and as wives, as mothers, as sisters, as aunties, as grandmothers, anything that has mother on it. We wear all these different hats, being a nurse, being a mom, being a confidant, being everything.
Everything. Just all of it. Yes.
All the things. And so the fact that you're saying being honest with yourself, sometimes you can't do this, but you can do that. And being honest and not having that, what I call that mama guilt. Whew.
Yes.
That's real.
And it's real.
It's really real.
It's real.
Listen,
because we do for them before we even do for and then the moment that we do decide to do for we double back and then checking like we need
we do, we really do. And so like I said, I feel that what you're doing is more than just something to have merchandise and all this. It gets into the heartbeat of the community and gets merchandise and all the different things. Other things that you do with your Melanated Luxury is accents to that, but the heartbeat, the thing of what you're doing is really inspiring and changing minds and motivating and helping them to heal in other cases. So when we think about CeCe, who are you? And tell me where you come from. It sounds like you may have a little twang sometime in that voice, just a little bit. Is you from the north? Where you come from?
I'm from the South, sis. I'm straight from the South. So I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida, on paper. On paper. So my father was in the military, though. So I grew up actually overseas, international, grew up in Dot schools, things of that sort, the military life, the AKA what they call military brat. But
my husband,
yes, right. It is. So but with that too, the military, being a military brat, we view things a little differently, and because you're married to you can kind of see our perspective is way different than than the masses, if you will. So I'm originally from Jacksonville, but I grew up internationally. And then when I did come back stateside, I finished my childhood growing up in Georgia. So, but I'm from parents raised from the country and all, so it's all up in me.
Listen, it's all right. It's good to have a fellow a Southern person on the show. We can both do that little twang and stuff.
That little twang when we need to do right. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, it's good because literally, like my daughter, you're similar to my daughter. My daughter was born in North Carolina, but raised in South Carolina her whole life. Now she don't have a Southern twang like I do, but certain things that she do, certain things she say is only indigenous to being in the South, like grits, for example. Like someplace, like we eating grits,
grits. Yes, we are. And who questioning it? Yes, yeah.
No, like that's what we do, and so. That's one thing that I find that's endearing because we can share. We have understanding of both that the heritage that we have being in the South. It's just a different, just like military brats. It's a different kind of knowingness that we have that's different from everybody else.
You're talking the same language, right? Right.
All right. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, I want to talk more about you, CeCe, as the entrepreneur. Because we talked a little bit about you being a wife, you being a mother, but we're going to dive into the aspect of you as an entrepreneur and what that means to you. And why did you become an entrepreneur? Because that's not something that people just automatically wake up and say, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a commercial break and we will be back in a moment.
For anybody that knows Tina, she's all about visibility, she's all about connection, and she's all about helping people create a source of income through monetization. And so again, Tina is just really good at what she does. If you've not connected with Tina, if you've seen her show or heard her podcast and you're thinking about connecting with her, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. As a result of my connections with Tina, She has helped me with recruitment of speakers for my upcoming event. She's also helped me to recruit several authors for a few of the book projects that I have had the opportunity to produce in this past year. And all in all, Tina's just a really great person, that she's genuine in helping entrepreneurs in reaching their goals. So again, if you have not connected with Tina, be sure that you do. The Tina Ramsay Show is definitely a great venue for you to connect with other entrepreneurs, to connect with other individuals that are going to be interested in your service or your project. This is Tiffany Bell. Again, you are watching and listening to the Tina Ramsay Show, and I look forward to being able to connect with you.
And just like that, we're back. And I come along with a friend whom you might ask, listen, my CeCe, my sister from another mother, right here in the South. So before the commercial break, we were speaking all about, we was getting into your entrepreneurship. We spoke about balance. We spoke about just giving yourself permission and understanding. So right now, I want to know about this little background you got here. I see this M with this L, and I'm trying to figure out what's this gold and black going on. And I see that you're the Melanated Luxury. So tell me a little bit about the background of ML.
So the foundation of Melanated Luxury actually came about off the birth of my daughter. To be completely honest, and then we can double back and we'll go deeper because it comes back to me. So I needed her to have representation. Representation was what mattered to me. Being that my perspective and my upbringing was a little bit different than hers, right? So with knowing yourself is what became a priority. Not only knowing who yourself, but actually being okay with who you are as well. So that brings forth the self-awareness, the self-care, the self-love. Excuse me. So she was the reason that I created Melanated Luxury. So she ultimately is my why. Becoming a parent, of course, it brings its own transitional experience. It's a journey in itself. So it brings forth, new experiences, different challenges, but most importantly, it's not, there's no blueprint, right? No. So we had to at all. But I knew what was important, and that became the priority for me, making sure she knew who she was, being comfortable in your own skin, and not worrying about what societal standards may be. I think there is a disconnect between our community when it comes to the self-awareness, knowing your history, where you come from, the foundation, and then ultimately just taking care of yourself as a whole. It means nothing when you're not taking care of yourself. We can have all the money, the cost, all of that, but what good does it do if you're not here to take care of yourself and you're not priority? And as we were speaking earlier, as mothers, as wives, we put them first. It's easy. We do it without second thought, that's just the nature of our being. But as time went on, I created a brand that was based off those three pillars: self-awareness, self-care, self-love. So that's the history behind Melanated Luxury.
Yes. And the fact that, and most of the time, I heard you say earlier that it was very important for you as a mother to be involved in your daughter's life. And so no doubt you venturing into entrepreneurship allows you to be able to take care of the intricate parts of what is important, what you value, your moral compass of self-love, self-care, self-awareness, to instill that in your daughter, for her to see individuals, because representation is very, very important, to see yourself, to be able to love the skin that you're in. But also as a mom, this was like a move for you as well, so that you could be in your daughter's life and provide a way that you can have endless amount of time with your daughter, along with instilling these values in her. Would you say that's correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the best way to put it. Because also too, I had to heal. Let's be clear. You know, it was important that guiding her allowed me to heal in a number of different ways as I'm navigating as well. So it allowed me, so being there for her when the matters mattered the most, like even today, something as simple as she had an incident at school. I dropped what I was doing and I was there. She actually got got hit in the face. You can't necessarily do, you know, that on a 9 to 5 and all that. You know what I mean? You can't necessarily move when you need to. And this is actually while we're speaking on it. This is 2 days in a row I had to go to the school. We failed the day before, you know, so we ran across the yard and the grass was wet. So now we soaked from head to toe. And then the next day I get hit in the eye. So I had the ability to the beauty in being an entrepreneur allows that time for me to do what's needed. She's still young, you know, she's an 8-year-old. So excuse me, instances as such, you know, come about. So it's just those minor things that that was important. And then again, it was my own self journey of healing that carried a lot of weight in my decision.
Well, you know what, in you saying small things, but really those are those younger years are very important in the upbringing of our child, and the being that she can see that even when she's away from you, that you're able to be there when she needs you. That gonna instill an amount of courage, confidence, self-assurance to know that she's never alone. And so my mom, she come to the schoolhouse, and you're right, working the traditional 9 to 5, it could be a possibility that they can lose their job. They can lose their source of income because you're on somebody else's time clock.
You want somebody else 2 days in a row. That's not, you know, that's not 2 days in a row where no, you know, and by no means is entrepreneurship easy, but those are just some of the benefits that allow me to navigate, you know, the way I need to, if you will. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's true. That's just facts. That's just factual.
It's just
okay.
facts.
Yeah. And so when I think about your brand and how you described it and how it goes for how ultimately you started as a foundation about your daughter, and then it circled around back to you and help you with self-healing in order to guide her properly. So wait a minute now. I just saw that little wait. Yeah, hold it up. So we know you have merch. We see your beautiful shirt.
Yes.
We see that you also have your water bottle and stuff like that. But Melanated Luxury is more than just the merch and the different things that you have. It's described as a movement to instill pride in our communities. Like you said, we're disconnected as a whole, being African American in the United States. I'll be very specific. In the United States, we're not connected with our heritage. So it instilled that pride, that self-love, that self-awareness, that self-care that we need. So how do you envision this movement evolving and making a positive impact on a broader scale? Because we have the representation with the clothing line, the flags, you have but what else?
My vision is way bigger than me, Dr. Ramsey. Now at this point, it's gotten bigger than me, as time has gone on. So as a collective, I just want our people to be okay with us. Be okay with us. And because for so many years, history has showed quite the opposite, right? So I just, my goal is whatever it needs to do. I don't have a vision, because it's the vision I set out for was it passed me, right? So I think if I had to leave it with any pointer, it's us being okay with who you are. We don't Be okay with who you are. And then accepting yourself, because it is a domino effect as well. It shows up in everything we do on a daily basis, how we interact with each other. Excuse me again.
Mhm.
All of that shows up. So just being 100% okay with you, whether it's the good, bad, or the ugly,
I agree
because
with
it
you.
brings it.
Mm,
Be at peace with ourselves.
I agree with you 100%. And so this is giving me and also our audience a greater understanding of how your brand has just evolved over the span of time that it's been in
Mhm.
existence, and how any great brand should expand and expand in such a way, just like you described, that it outgrows even what you initially started.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
I'm sure people at Nike didn't think past a sneaker, but they
Right.
have sneakers and athletic wear, and they have all this other stuff. They have a slogan that everybody say, "Just do it, right? No
Just
matter
do
what,
it,
just
right?
do it, just do it,
Just do
right?"
it. Just do it,
And
right?
so
Right.
that just expanded over. So when you think about melanated luxury, just the name itself, melanated, we know it's so many different hues in our
Mhm.
culture. It's not just one
Right.
shade. It's from
Right.
the darkest of the dark to the lightest of the
Lightest of
light,
the
with
light.
blonde hair, blue eyes, and we're
Right.
all African
Right.
American. We're all black.
Right. 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 But knowing your history, that's another part of what we are the foundation. Let's be clear. We're the
Mhm.
foundation to it. We are the foundation of luxury. And that's the other part of what that title means. You are the luxury. You're the foundation of it. So embrace that. We inspire it all, between the fashion, the music. Oh, it's all us, sis. So we need to embrace that and recognize it, but also knowing the history, the good, bad, and the indifferent.
And you know what? You are absolutely right. When you think about our culture as a whole, we are the trendsetters when it comes down to trends. Something that's not even no one even thinking about. If we say it or put a little song to it, a little dance, now it's everybody doing it.
Right.
So we do have that innate power and skill within all of us.
Hmm.
uh Sometimes we don't use it for the better, but then some
Yes,
of
of
us we
course.
use it for the good. Some of us use it for the good. So I really
Yes.
appreciate how you are using your, I would say, your brand in order to inspire positivity. And you guys, look, she has books to help our children. You guys, like, literally, I just need y'all to like really see this. For those of you who are listening on the radio or podcast, and you need to go on over to YouTube or go over to CTR Media so you can see what I'm showing.
Yeah.
She has a merch line, and all of this, when you look at the photos, it just exudes from her website the power. She has suitcases, y'all. We can travel with this empowerment, hunty. She has sneakers to help you walk into your purpose. And she
Yes.
also have these butters. When she was talking about that self-care, we have to start taking care of ourselves. And even as the men, now right now, because it's so on fleek, it's sold out, but maybe you can get it on back order a little
Yes.
bit later. She even has stuff for men who have beards. And so uh and you think that was all, y'all? You just go to her website. I mean, she got a whole mall. Like, she literally she has a whole mall over there that you need to see. That she has stuff for the children. And I noticed something about your website that I thought was very interesting.
Mhm.
For example, you have everything listed up under royalty titles such as queen, king, princess, prince,
Yes.
treasure. Why
Yes.
did you decide to do that?
To pay homage to our people, to the ones before us, because ultimately we are just that. So that was my way of paying respect to our ancestors. Even in the symbols that you see, it's a little deeper. In the pattern of the purses and things of that nature, you have the ankh that symbolizes the cross. That's the representation of life. So it's history there.
Mhm.
And so with the history, that was my way of paying respect to the ones before us. because we wear a lot of things a lot of times and we don't know the history behind it. We we wear a lot of brands and we don't know the history behind it. And so that was another way that I created my team and I to pay respect. Know what you're wearing, know what it represents and where it's coming from. Because we don't know enough of our own history, but we quick to, deviate from, to say the least.
No. Hey, we keeping it total 100. I mean, you're right. We tend to gravitate towards what is popular, what we know. I mean, I don't, because I could care less about a label. But most people, it's the media and all the different things that we see, and some people are not independent thinkers. They see something, they follow the crowd because they want to feel included. And so you're right, we need to start really paying attention of what we're wearing and who we're wearing and what they're about, because as we wear their clothes and their merchandise and their products, and we are representing them. We're representing them, their history, their likes, their dislikes, and we may just think it's just a shirt.
Right.
It's more than just a shirt.
It's more than just a shirt.
And so I like that you're instilling this history, you're instilling this education, you're instilling this source of empowerment for us to enlighten our minds so that we can open our minds, so that we can learn, so that we can have knowledge, because many times we just don't know what we just don't know. But this is the era that we need to learn. So I really like what you're doing with Melanated. I love that it's called Luxury, honey. Listen.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. And I want to point out as well. Excuse me again.
You okay? Go ahead. Drink some water in that nice little cup you got there. Anytime you need some water, go ahead and drink it and show that nice cup.
Thank you, sis. I wanted to point out that I'm not the author of those books. That's my daughter's. She's 8 and she's the published author of those books. Those aren't mine. That is the work of my, well, at the time, she started her projects when she was 6. And so we finished them about a year ago, but the I am affirmations is just something that her father and I taught her at a young age. So she just recites them. And then she has another book that I am a jet setter. So for her sweet 6th birthday, she flew to Jamaica for the first time. And she talks about her experience in the other. So I can't take credit for those books at all. That is strictly, now 8-year-old daughter, Leia.
Wow. That's amazing. So you're seeing your first initial reason why you started your Melanated Luxury, because you want to be invested, be in tune, be involved in your daughter's life. And you didn't want a regular traditional job to take you away from that. Now, I'm not dissing traditional jobs. People don't be coming. We're not dissing it, but we're just saying it, just like entrepreneurship don't work for everybody, a 9 to 5 don't work for everybody. And we're just sharing this perspective. And based upon this perspective of her, CeCe's journey, it allowed her to be able to instill more greatness in her daughter early on, that at the age of 6, she's up here being an author. Now, most of us, we become an author when we grown. Right.
I'm not one, but she is. But it speaks to, just exposing her. She's done more traveling than a lot of her peers. She's been all over the country. But that was just something, again, that I experienced, underneath a different basis, of course, because, again, military brat. But she's traveled everywhere, There's not too many major cities that she hasn't been in, at least. And so she's well aware. So that the international trip is really where I took her by surprise, because her best friend showed up and she didn't know she was coming. So it was a really good experience. So yeah.
Wow, the best friend not gonna forget. She was like, Lord, I'm a best friend with her. We going places.
Right.
That was great.
So shout out to them, because her mother, her best friend's mother is me and her share the same beliefs. We have to expose them. So, and they've traveled all over. So shout out to Toya.
Oh wow, that's great. That's amazing, especially when you can find like-minded individuals, and then you can, the children can grow up together and all that, and have the same compass, the same value on what is important for you and your family, and they share the same values and morals. It's always better. And so when I think about your overall commitment to self-healing, promoting well-being, it's evident in everything that you do with Melanated Luxury, down to your products, down to your merchandise, but you also do events as well. Can you, CeCe, share any specific product or event or something that stood out in your mind as making a profound impact on someone or the community in general?
Well, of course, with the products, you definitely get the feedback on the regular, because ultimately, people, when you look good, you feel good, right? It goes hand in hand. So, I would have to give it to the product review, but when I host the in-person events, I had one particular queen. She told me, she pulled me to the side and was like, "Listen, I don't come out my house for real. After the pandemic or prior to the pandemic, I really was already, an introvert locked in. So of course, during the pandemic, it escalated. I don't move unless I have to." So she really poured into me and explained that, my event actually changed her life. And we just did a simple, and I say simple, but it was a brunch after dark where we just painted your sign, your zodiac sign. And of course we talked and engaged and healed and had that intimate moment. But one of the guests definitely poured into me and kind of made me know that I changed her life that night. And she's been supporting me ever since. So
wow. It's always those moments like that where you know that you need to do something, and then you actually implement it, and then it take that one person, because it's not easy to put on an event. Everything that can possibly go wrong start going wrong just before it's about to happen, and you finally get through it, and then that one person come and say what you needed to hear,
what I needed to hear, and it was all worth it. It made it all worth it, because that was one of my last events that I've done this year, and it was truly where she was pouring into me. It was everything I needed to hear at that particular time as well, because it's not easy. You got to plan, you got to reserve, you got to make sure everything is in place, and ultimately you held responsible. So it's a lot of pressure, but with her words I definitely needed it. Definitely.
Exactly. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to come back, and then we're going to let people know. They're probably saying, now Tina done showed me all this good stuff. She over there drinking on that water bottle. I want to get
right.
But she ain't even tell me where I can get it from. So listen, after the commercial break, I'm going to tell you all the information, all the tea on how you can get you some of that. Okay. So hold tight. Get your little snack and go and get you a beverage. And we'll be back after this commercial break.
Listen, if anybody's interested in getting into podcasting, grab this book. Go on Amazon, grab this book. It goes with me almost everywhere. This book has like a workbook. It has places you can fill it in. It tells you how to monetize your podcast. It tells you how to set it up. It tells you about sponsorships. Listen, go on Amazon, get this book. And this is the Bible for podcasters. Listen, it was ranked #1 in podcasting books. Look right here. Best new podcasting book by Book Authority. Right there. Boom. And a little secret. Y'all, when you grab this book, I think it's page 43. There is a code on there. Listen, you can get access to her class, her course. Get her course. It's worth hundreds of dollars. But this book it's less than $50. Grab this book on Amazon. I'm telling you, I carry it everywhere. She is the best. Grab this book on Amazon.
And And just like that, we are back. And I come along with a friend whom you might ask, the amazing CeCe. All right, and we're back. And so before the commercial break, I know the audience, I know the people, our lovelies over here at the Tina Ram Show saying, now hold up. You telling me about these books, you showing me this merch line, and then you're gonna be showing me all this stuff, this suitcase. I'm going on a trip. I need some suitcase. I need me some shoes. These holidays coming up, like, and I need some moisturizer for my skin, some butters and stuff. Yes. And wait a minute, my husband got a beard, and I want to be soft when I touch it, honey. Can I get on the pre-order? Yes. I know y'all like, Tina ain't even tell us, I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. Let me tell you where you can go, hunty. You can go over to her website, yes, at melanatedluxury.com. You should have known that's what it was, because this woman is branded up to the gods, okay? Melanated. Luxury.com. You can also check her out on Facebook, because she actually has a Facebook community that instills that greatness and that motivation into you in the group on Facebook. She also on Instagram. Now it's a little bit, just a little tad different. I want to make sure you find it. It's melanated_luxury. So make sure you put _luxury so that you can find and also follow CeCe on all social media platforms. So CeCe, is there anything else you want to share with the audience before we go?
I just thank you again for the opportunity, Dr. Ramsey. I mean, so having the conversation with you tonight is everything for me. So I thank you for the opportunity and the platform to come onto your platform. I really do. Thank you guys. And like I said, just make our own magic. It's important for us as a whole to embrace our differences, embrace what we have, and just, take a hold of it, because everybody else is.
That part.
Everybody else reached our benefit. So it's time for us to own up. Like you said, in today's time, there is no excuses.
No excuse whatsoever. And a lot of these things we can do from the comfort of our home, that you don't even have to have a traditional brick and mortar business. You can do that clothing line. You can start that business, have that online business. You can learn your history. I mean, everything you can get in the palm of your hand on a cell phone through an app. You can learn. And so for all of you who feel disconnected, that feel lost, it's probably because first of all, you don't know your history. Second of all, you don't know who you are. You haven't taken the time to learn what you like, what you dislike. You're only being told what you should like, what you don't like. But is that how you feel? Take this time to do the self-discovery. Take this time to learn yourself. Take this time to be honest, like CeCe said, with yourself. So that you can have your breakthrough.
Yes.
So that you can have your breakthrough. So that's what I learned from CeCe. I learned a lot. What did you learn? Thank you so much for coming on the show. Did you want to say something else?
No, thank you again. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure. That's what makes this show, my amazing guests that come on the show. I mean, it's the Tina Ram Show, but the Tina Ram Show is made up of our amazing guests. And so it's truly my pleasure to help people get to know amazing people, impactful people that's about making a positive impact. And it's not just about the vanity of, I want people to know me. I know. Why should they know you? Are you making a difference in their lives, in even in a small way? And so the fact that you're doing that, even your baby girl is doing it. I mean, by the book.
Yeah.
So it's just seeing how your life just totally went full circle. It's very heartwarming. It's very inspiring. And it's that needed hope, that little beacon of hope that someone that's going to hear this or see this, that needed to have that push. That's why I do this show. That they needed to have that push. They need to hear it from you. Yeah. Not me, but they need to hear it from you. So thank you for taking the time, because I know you had to be at the schoolhouse twice.
2 days. twice in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I'm gonna pull you backstage and hold tight, and I'll be with you in a moment. Okay.
Thank you, sis.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that amazing? So make sure that you go check out CeCe on her line, Melanated Luxury. Oh, it sounds so good. It looks so good. We are all kings, queens, princesses, and princes. Yes, that's what I said. I said it. I'm not making it up. It is. Go read your history. Our history didn't start in chains. You do your history, you understand where our history. Now, I ain't gonna go into no Black history. I'll leave that for February. Let me stop. I'll teach you something a little bit later. But anyway, go ahead and check out everything that she do. Like I said, we was able to show you today was just a peek of everything that she has to offer. So make sure to check it out at melanatedluxury.com. I want everyone to know today that watch the show, our lovelies here at the Tina Ramsey Show. If no one told you today that you matter, that you're worthy, that you're valuable, I want you to know that I love you. I'm saying that you're valuable, and I'm saying that you are worthy. So until next time, what do I want you to do? I want you to do what? I want you to keep smiling. Okay, we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, because guess what? It's time for you to come share, shine, and grow. What? On the Tina Ramsey Show. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.
Well, you have any closing remarks before we head out?
Y'all, please support the movement of CTR Media Network. I'm telling you, being a part of this amazing media family, I can't go wrong, right? They have the support. They support us in all that we do. If we have questions, they take the time out to advise and mentor. So definitely check out the different plethora of shows that are on the network. I promise you, and I'm not saying this because I'm part of the family, but I promise you, you will be uplifted, inspired, educated, motivated, all the good stuff that we all need to carry ourselves out through the day. So definitely go check it out, y'all.
Awesome. I definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it.